This may be our last chance, we're all getting older. I overthink everything.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Baby G here, back with a brand new video. And as you can tell from the title and thumbnail of the video, today we're going to be making the Pokemon starter tier maker. This is going to be a tier maker or a tier list of all of the starter Pokemon all the way up to Gen 8, which is Sword and Shield. And yes, I realize that Sword and Shield isn't out yet, so I may not be putting them inside the tier list. We'll see how it feels at the end of the video. And as you can tell, I'm using a face cam for the second time ever on this channel. So I'm sorry you have to look at this, but I'm changing the way I do YouTube on here, and we're gonna start using the face cam more. So before I do get into the tier list, make sure you guys drop a like and a comment on this video. This is probably going to be my first or second Pokemon video on this channel, so it really does mean a lot. And if you guys do like this video, make sure you leave a comment saying you like it. It'll inspire me to make more Pokemon videos. So yeah, let's get right into the tier list. So we're going to be starting off, and we're going to be going from Generation 1 all the way up to Generation 8. First up, we got Bulbasaur, and Bulbasaur is just a classic starter. All of Generation 1 are classic starters, but for me, Bulbasaur has never really been that great. Bulbasaur has always been kind of overlooked when you think about Gen 1 starters. Like, yes, it's a classic, but only because it's really in Gen 1. And Ivysaur and Venusaur for me really weren't that great of Pokemon, and we are going to be judging them based on evolutions, because you know that's kind of about the starter. Like, you can't just forget about the evolutions. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention before I made this, S tier is going to be like God tier, like insanely nothing better about the starter. A tier is going to be really good, always something I love to play. B tier is going to be good. C tier is going to be okay, and D is going to be starters that are really just not even worthy of putting in the game. I don't think I'll have any D tier, but we'll see what happens when it comes. I'm gonna go ahead and remove E tier just because I don't need that. Okay, so the first one we're gonna be doing is Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur we're gonna put in B tier just because Bulbasaur, yes, is good, but I feel like it's only so popular because it's from Gen 1. Evolutions are okay for me, just never really that great of a starter for me. So Bulbasaur is going to be going into the B tier. Up next, we got Squirtle, another classic Gen 1 starter. Squirtle for me has been awesome. I love Squirtle and Blastoise. World Total was okay, not a big fan of him. Squirtle has always been one of my favorite starters, and I honestly think I'm going to put it in the A tier just because I played through the game so many times with Squirtle, and he's always a go-to for me. I always love playing with him no matter what I'm doing. So Squirtle for me is just that old reliable starter that everyone loves, so he's going to fit right in the A tier. Finishing up the Gen 1 starters, we have Charmander, and I'm sorry, you know this is going here. Like, it has to go in S. Like, I know everyone puts it in S, or they think it's the best starter, but it's just true for me. Charmander was the first starter I ever picked in Pokemon. Whenever I got my first Game Boy, I picked Charmander. I trained that thing all the way up to Charizard, level 100. I grinded for that. There's just a history behind Charmander for me, and yes, the evolutions are amazing. Charmeleon and Charizard are absolutely amazing Pokemon. And I know it's like a bandwagon starter, like everyone loves it, but there's a reason that everyone likes it. Just powerful, got just a great character. In the anime, he's fantastic.
Wanna come along with us? I'd like us to become good friends.
So overall, Charmander getting that S tier, our first S tier on the list, one of few. He's probably my favorite starter. There's someone that's close, and you'll see in a little bit. Let's go ahead and move on to the Gen 2 starter. Starting off, we're going to start with Chikorita. Chikorita is a fairly popular starter Pokemon, but for me, it's kind of like Bulbasaur. Like, I like Chikorita, I just don't like the evolutions. I like Bayleaf, but I don't really like Meganium, or I never actually figured out how to say it. Meganium, whatever it is. So for that reason, I'm just going to put it in B, just like Bulbasaur. Like, yes, they're good, but nothing too crazy about them that I really like. I'm sorry to all the Chikorita fans out there. I know you guys are getting really triggered by me, but it's gonna go ahead and fit right into B tier. Up next from Generation 2, we have Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil for me has always been a really fun starter to use. Personally, my favorite from Generation 2. I love Quilava and I love Typhlosion, two amazing evolutions, especially Typhlosion, probably one of my top 25 Pokemon. So for that reason, I think Cyndaquil is gonna go in the A tier just because I love the evolutions. I love Cyndaquil as a Pokemon, super cute Pokemon, really fun to play with, just overall amazing, and that's why it's gonna go our second Pokemon in the A tier. Finishing up Gen 2, we have Totodile. Now, Totodile for me, I don't know, I really never liked playing with him. Him, her, it, whatever, I don't know the genders, just go along with it. As much as it pains me to do this, I think I'm gonna have to go with the C tier. Is that bad? I just never liked Karokna for Alligator. Like, I just didn't like playing the evolutions. Like, Totodile's fine, but I hated the evolutions, and there was nothing that cool about him. No hate to Totodile, I just never really liked playing with him, and I never really connected with him. Let's go ahead and move on to Generation 3. In Gen 3 is Treecko, Torchic, and Mudkip, 3 amazing starters. First up, we'll start with Treecko, another grass type that I'm probably gonna have to put in B. I could maybe put it in A. I've been debating on this, if I should put it in A or not. I'm not against grass types, it's just the starters. Grovyle and Sceptile are amazing, and Treecko's pretty good. I'm really tempted to put it in A tier. What do I do? Treecko's just a classic starter that I've always liked to play with. I've played with it multiple times, and it's so tempting. I'm gonna put Treecko in A for now. I may come back and change it later just to see how many we have, just to get it even. But Treecko is a very nice Pokemon. That's gonna go in A tier. Up next, we got Torchic, and Torchic for me is, oh man, I don't know. I think it's kind of like Treecko. I'm really debating on A or B. I think I'm gonna put an A just for Blaziken. Not to mention, Torchic is just one of the cutest Pokemon in the game. Like, look at him, he's just so cute. Last but definitely not least, we have Mudkip. This is kind of why I want to put Treecko in B tier, because I don't want to put all 3 of these starters in the A tier. So I think we're gonna put Treecko in B tier. I'm sorry they're all grass types, but that's just how it worked out for me. Mudkip is an absolutely amazing Pokemon, and I almost put it in S tier, but I didn't think it was quite there. Mudkip is amazing, but Marshtomp and Swampert are like, I don't think they live up to like the hype of how amazing Mudkip was. Very close to S tier. If we were basing it just on the baby version, just the first evolution, Mudkip would definitely be an S tier. Moving on to Generation 4, we are going to be having Turtwig, Piplup, and Chimchar. 3 really good starters, 3 classic starters again. First up, we got Turtwig, and I know I'm going to be triggering probably every single person in this video that's watching, but we're going to put Turtwig in the C tier. I'm sorry, Grotle and Torterra to me were just 2 ugly Pokemon that didn't really have much value in the game. Like, I've played this shit out of Platinum. Platinum is probably one of the most played Pokemon games I have besides like Fire Red, and I think I only used Turtwig maybe once or twice in my playthroughs. Maybe 3 times. I just don't think it lives up to the standards of the other 2 starters from this series, and Turtwig just really isn't that special. But for that reason, we're gonna put it in C tier. I'm sorry, I don't like the grass type starters. I don't dislike grass type Pokemon, I just don't like the starters that much. Like, my bad. Up next, we got Chimchar. Now, Chimchar is going to be going in the, I'm deciding between B and A, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in B. Inferno is really good. Monfernape was pretty good too. Infernape is really good. I've always liked it. Chimchar is super cute as well. Oh, well, now I kind of want to put it in A tier. I love Chimchar, but when I look at these other 4 starters that I have in the A tier, I don't think Chimchar lives up to that. If I had like a B+ area, I think Chimchar would and Bulbasaur would be the 2 that are in there, but I'm sorry, Chimchar's going to have to go in at B tier. Now, this may come as a surprise for people, but up next we have Piplup, and Piplup, yep, S tier. I don't know what it is, but this motherfucker is like one of the cutest Pokemon I've ever seen in my entire life. Piplup has always been that star. Like, ever since I got Platinum, Piplup was the first Pokemon I picked, and I'm pretty sure I played through the games 8 times with just Piplup as my starter every single time. Piplup is honestly one of my favorite Pokemon in all of Pokemon, and Empoleon, if it's definitely top 3. Like, Empoleon's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Maybe not top 3, top 10, 100%. I have always connected with Piplup and Empoleon. I think it's probably my favorite starter Pokemon of all time. It may even pass Charmander. Just Piplup, Prinplup, Empoleon, absolutely amazing. So Piplup, oh, how could you not love this cute little thing? Like, just look at it. Up next, we have Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott. First up, we got Snivy, and Snivy for me, it's really close. I think Snivy is gonna have to go in B tier. Again, I'm hating on the grass types apparently, but that's just how it has to go. Superior was really cool, and for Superior alone, I kind of want to put it in A. So again, sorry for hating on grass types, but that's how it's gonna go. So Snivy is gonna go in the B tier. Also joining Snivy in the B tier, we have Tepig. Tepig for me has been, I don't know, I almost put it in C tier because it's like, it's cool, kinda, not really. Emboar was alright. I think it was not a very good final evolution for a starter Pokemon. I honestly kind of want to move it to C tier, and I might actually do that because, you know, Tepig just really wasn't that special to me. I don't think Tepig really fits in the same tier list as Bulbasaur and Chikorita when I look at it that way, so that's why we're going to put it in the C tier. Next up, we got Oshawott, and Oshawott I think I'm going to be putting in the B tier as well. So the evolutions of Oshawott were really fun. When I first played with Oshawott, I was like, looked at it, and when I first played the game, I thought it was going to be just like Piplup Piplups, obviously I picked it because like they look very similar. So Oshawott kind of let me down because I was comparing it to Piplup before I even started playing the game, and obviously Piplup is probably my favorite starter, and it obviously let me down a little bit. Oshawott has always been a fun character to play with, or a fun Pokemon. Why did I say character? That's why Oshawott fits in right at the B tier. Next up, we got the Pokemon X and Y starters, which is known as Generation 6. This is Chespin, Fennekin, and Croaky. I realized I just said Fennekin, I meant Fennekin. Let's go ahead and start off with Froakie because Froakie is an absolute beast and is going right into A tier. I was really close to putting Froakie in S tier because of Greninja, and I'm really tempted to put it inside there. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna put Froakie in S tier. Froakie, Greninja, absolute beautiful Pokemon. Not to mention Froakie is just a super cute Pokemon. Like, look at him, you can't not love him. So pretty much for Greninja and Froakie alone, that's why you get it in S tier. This is kind of a stretch. If I had like an A+, I'd probably put Froakie there. It's not quite to the value of Piplup and Charmander for me, but I think it's a little bit better than Squirtle, Cyndaquil, Torchic, and Mudkip, so that's why it's gonna just go right in S tier. Up next we got Fennekin, and I'm sorry, but Fennekin, it's going in C tier for me. The only thing I can say about Fennekin is what the fuck was Delphox? Like, Delphox is one of the dumbest looking Pokemon I've ever seen. Like, Fennekin looks super cute, and I love Fennekin. Like, I picked it, I think, my second or third time through the game, and I was kind of just like, as it got on, I liked it less and less. So if this were baby Pokemon only, I'd probably put Fennekin in B or A, but the problem is, like, Delphox looks so stupid, and it's just not good at all. Like, it's just, the evolutions of Fennekin are basically useless when you play the game. Up next we got Chespin, and Chespin's probably gonna go in B tier. Chestnut was pretty cool, but you know, I didn't really ever connect with Chespin on like another level. So yeah, I can't really say much about him, just okay. So we're gonna put it in, actually now that I think about it, I might put it in C tier. Yeah, it's going in C tier because it doesn't really compare to Bulbasaur and them. Like, I don't even know why I was thinking about that. Up next we got Pokemon Sun and Moon, or the Gen 7 starters. Let's go ahead and start with Rowlet, and Rowlet, man, I might have to put it in A tier, maybe B tier. If we're judging it based off the games, we're gonna put it in B tier, but if it was based on the anime, probably A tier. Rowlet is just so cute and amazing in the anime, and he's so underrated, but in the game he's not that great, so B tier, I don't know, it's hard for me. You know what, fuck it, we're putting it in A tier, just cause I love him. I love playing the game with him, and I have to have some type of grass Pokemon do well, so there you go, Rowlet. Up next we got Litten, and Litten for me is probably gonna go in probably B tier. Litten, I thought Incineroar was really cool, but I didn't really think besides that. So for those reasons alone, I think Litten is just okay. I think that Incineroar, if we didn't have Incineroar, it'd probably be in C, but since Incineroar has just been amazing Pokemon, I'm gonna have to put it in B tier. So for the last starter Pokemon of the games that have been released, we got Popplio. Oh man, I might have to put it in D tier. I don't know, I want to put it in C tier, but Popplio I just didn't like at all. Like, I've always been a fan of the water type starters, but Popplio just had no purpose for me at all. I realize I'm triggering probably a lot of people who have played this game, but I'm sorry, I just didn't like Popplio. Brione was really a disappointment for me when you got to an evolution. I thought it was pretty useless. Like, it didn't seem much better than Popplio, honestly. Primarina was also a disappointment for a third evolution. It's kind of like Fennekin. Now, I don't know if I'm going to include this in the video or not, but if I do it, I'm going to go ahead and do the Pokemon Sword and Shield starters. Judging on their looks only, because we have no idea how they act, I'm gonna go ahead and put Grookey in C tier because it doesn't really look like it's gonna be that great. It kind of reminds me of Turtwig, so that's just the only reason why. Gorbunny is probably who I'm going to be using in this, so I might go ahead and put it in the B tier just because I'm probably going to be using it. I think Sobble is gonna go ahead and go in B tier as well, just because I may be using that too on my second playthrough or my first one. We'll have to see. I don't know who is gonna be better, so maybe we'll have to wait a little bit and see what everyone else does. But yeah, half an hour later, holy crap, that is my Pokemon starter tier list. If you made it this far into the video, I really hope you guys did enjoy. Like I said, this is like my first Pokemon video on this channel, maybe my second, depending on when I actually get this video uploaded. But if you guys did like the video, make sure to drop it a like, make sure to subscribe for more videos. If you want to see more Pokemon videos or Nintendo game videos, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I'm open for anything. If you didn't like it, let me know. If you liked it, let me know. And yeah, guys, it's been your boy Baby G. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.